Let's talk about rhetorical analysis. I love rhetorical analysis because it's when I get to judge other people's writing. Rhetorical analysis means that we are analyzing or studying someone else's argument. That doesn't mean that we're looking at whether or not we agree with them. We're just looking at what they have done right and what they've done wrong in writing their argument. When we're doing a rhetorical analysis, we want to look at things like have they properly used ethos, pathos, and logos? Those are just words in Greek that mean are they using credibility or ethos? Have they built up credibility? That means are they an expert to talk about that topic? Or have they quoted and cited experts so that I can fact check them? Are they using pathos or emotion? Different amounts of emotion are going to be needed depending on the topic. Logos is logic. Are they using logic, facts, data, clear reasoning? A comparative rhetorical analysis essay is what I tend to ask for from my students. You need to make sure that you've read your professor's instructions carefully so you know what kind of a rhetorical analysis you're doing. Comparative rhetorical analysis means that we are comparing two texts or two articles to see which article has a better argument. Now, that doesn't mean that we agree with the one that has a more effective argument. It means that we're just seeing that they have done better at using ethos, pathos, and logos. Here's an example of a poorly written sentence, as in its poorly written argument. Nobody should listen to climate scientists because they're probably just making stuff up to get attention. There's no fact in that, and there's no credibility. Now, you can base your argument using facts, but you have to cite where those come from instead of just giving opinion, which is what the first sentence is done. If you look at the well-written example, they're pointing to NASA and an intergovernmental panel. What I would want to see under this second sentence is a citation as well. So that way they've used logic and they've used credibility, but they've also shown me where it came from so that I can fact check that information. So when you're doing your comparative analysis, if you were comparing something like these two pieces of writing, you would be talking about how the second one is using logos and ethos and explaining where you see that.